We opened the Cottages in 2005, 6 fully self-contained cottages, 1 and 2 bedrooms set in a natural bushland setting. We're just on the edge of Lakes Entrance and we felt there was a gap in the market for cottages that offered a bit of seclusion as well as a quiet and peaceful setting. So now it's 9 years, so we're coming up for our 10th anniversary. Initially, I was still working part-time as a teacher, so to have the internet for inquiries ticking away in the background while I wasn't at the cottages was very important, so I saw that as important from the start. So that part of it has always been important to the business, and then from there I dipped my toe into the water for doing online booking and took it from there. And yes, it's very much a part. Being online is the most important part of our marketing now. We were very cautious initially, and I initially started with a booking button so that it would send an inquiry and a booking to the site, but it wasn't strictly live booking because I needed to process the deposit and then send back a confirmation. It wasn't, straight away. So we did that first just because the normal cautiousness of dipping into something that's live was something I did slowly. But so 4 years ago we did that. I think initially, because I'm not always at home, I go around, leave the property quite often, and I'm often out on the Gippsland lakes as well. I was always fearful that I'd get a phone inquiry and say yes, we've got availability, and discover that later that I double booked. That was one of the fears, and I think we had that fear that we won't be able to vet who's trying to book. I don't know how I thought that just for the sound of someone's voice on the phone that would be an issue, but that was one of the things. And often when I'm convincing people it's a good idea, that's one of the things they say, oh no, we like to talk to them, and things like that. But so they were an initial somewhat irrational fears. The first one was, of course, the fear of booking someone when it's already been booked online. Is all of the sites I'm with, I have them send me a text message to say a new booking's come through. So on my phone, I'm always getting a warning, if you want to put it that way, an alert anyway, that there has been a booking come through. So even if I haven't got my iPad with me, I know what has been booked and what hasn't. So that alleviated that concern. And the reality is, people that book online or ring you or whatever, you don't always know what you're going to get at the end. Most of your customers are wonderful, but other than that, really, I don't know how you get an indication on a phone call either, because you can sometimes be pleasantly surprised when someone has sounded, you're worried about them when you heard them on the phone. When I initially went into deciding which channel manager I'd use, I trialled 3 different systems. I spoke to a lot of people that had all of the above, and I eventually settled with SiteMinder, which is the system I still use. I was able to customise it with my own logo and colour palette, and I suppose the art teacher in me liked the fact that I could very much control the way that the inquiry would look like something that came from my website and had all the right fonts and things. So I liked that part of it. It was very easy to use, and I found customer support really good and very quick. So that was my final decision. At the time, it was also cheaper than the opposition ones to run, so that was another aspect. Having a live calendar, obviously, being able to link to other important booking sites which have a big worldwide penetration, like booking.com and Expedia, and just even using a booking button on other sites like Jason's and different ones that I also list with. that just meant that I could play in that space, which you can't if you don't have an online booking system. It also meant that I could always confidently know that people would not waste time trying to find out if there was a booking or not. If you're concerned, be cautious, like I was, and maybe just start with a booking button, or don't list a whole lot of sites on it if you're concerned you're not going to be able to keep up with things. But it's certainly valuable, and anybody that then goes online will definitely see that their bookings increase and that it becomes easier to manage. There are things you can do if you're worried that it will be unmanageable, or you may get too many bookings that attract a commission, which is a fear of some people. You don't have to, if you've got multiple rooms or cottages, you don't need to list all of them online. If you want to you can block out a couple if you wanted to do that. And also you can block out the whole of them if you want to, if there is a time where you don't want bookings, if you want to go away or something like that. So you can do those things. So you can start very, very small and get bigger, or you may find that you get sufficient bookings within just one or two listed online. Also, all of the main channel managers offer free trials and all, so you can just experiment initially. You don't have to take up the offer, so even just testing it is a bit of fun if you want to go into that space. Now, when most people are using iPads or tablets, everybody is a lot more online savvy themselves. There'll be lots of people that are already used to booking airline flights or things like that. So even that change in the 4 years since I first went online, I'm a lot more sort of savvy with booking things online too, and there may well be the fact that others will be the same. So it's even less scary probably than it was when I started doing it.